Imagine a world where Western civilization, as we know it, never existed. A world where the Christian faith and the values that shaped our culture were erased from history. This could have been a reality if not for one of the most decisive, but also most misunderstood events in history, the Crusades. To understand the Crusades, we must go back to the year 300 AD, when the Roman Empire, having converted to Christianity, ruled much of the Mediterranean, North Africa, and the Levant. Yes, places like Israel, Egypt, and Syria were Christian territories for centuries. But everything changed in 640 AD, when Muslim armies, guided by a philosophy of conquest, began to rapidly expand. Christian cities were sacked, land stolen, and thousands of people enslaved or persecuted for their faith. In the year 1095, the Byzantine Empire, the last Christian stronghold in the East, was on the verge of collapse. It was then that Emperor Alexios I Komnenos asked Pope Urban II for help, and the answer was resounding: the First Crusade. The crusade was not a senseless act of aggression, as many today want us to believe. It was a desperate response to protect Christendom from an invasion that threatened to wipe it off the map. If the Crusades had not been successful, it is likely that Europe would never have flourished as it did, and our world might look more like an oppressive regime than a free civilization, a gigantic Taliban village. To the Crusades, Europe was able to preserve its Christian identity and build the foundations of Western civilization. There were centuries of advancements in philosophy, art, science, and human rights, largely inspired by Christian values. But today, that history is being distorted. The Crusades are painted as a dark chapter, ignoring the context of defense and survival that motivated them. Today, the West faces a new invasion, not of armies, but of ideologies that seek to erode our values and our history. But something is changing. More and more people are rediscovering their Christian roots and recognizing the importance of defending what makes us unique. As in 1095, we are at a crucial moment, a moment in which we must decide whether we will allow our civilization to be erased or if we will fight to preserve it. The Crusades taught us that when faith and unity prevail, even the greatest challenges can be overcome. The story of the Crusades is not just a story of the distant past, it is a warning and an inspiration for the present. Because as in those days, the future of our civilization depends on the decisions we make today. And the question we must answer is, will we be able to face this challenge as our ancestors did?